Hey you guys, here's my Dragon Ball Super Episode 7 review. Pretty much, despite all the things Vegeta tried to do for Wiz and Beerus, feeding him food, becoming a sushi chef, kissing his ass, all that, it was all for naught. Majin Buu just had to fuck everything up by licking the pudding. That's all Beerus wanted was some fucking pudding. Can we give him that? Anyways, we begin this episode with pretty much Beerus laying to waste Majin Buu, throwing him in the sea and shit. So everyone sees this, everyone's in awe, wondering who the hell is this guy, you know? And you have Piccolo and Android 18, you know, Tien tried to stop Beerus. That didn't even work. Like, Beerus didn't even lay a finger on him, on any of them. Just forced a little bit of a... He did something that just took out practically all their energy. You have Gotenks trying to go after him, and pretty much Barry's like, listen, I don't have the time to deal with the whims of a child. You have Gotenks pretty much being real, saying, listen, what are you, whims of a child? Dude, you're starting all this shit over some fucking pudding. And then Beerus got aggravated, and Beerus just literally pulled Gotenks in, like saying, listen, you have pudding all your life, every day. I never had pudding. What about the texture? What about the taste? The aroma? The acquisite? The coloring? Is it mild? Is it sweet? Is it tangy? Like, so many things he was coming up with off the top of his head. And then, you know, you pretty much have Goku say, listen, you need to take a nap, have some cat food. And the Bear's like saying, I'm tired of this. I'm tired of your insults. And the Bear literally just beat Gotenks literally like the child that he is, which made Piccolo even more nervous. You know? And then you have Dende saying, Piccolo knows that Dende's nervous. And Dende's saying, I never felt a ki like this before. Then Danny's starting to realize, you know what? Isn't he a god? You know? And Pickle's like a god, you know? And then you have Vegeta at the same time trying to calm Beerus down. And Beerus is like, moving, like yelling at him, you know? And Vegeta's a grown-ass man. And the way Beerus is yelling at him, you're like, oh. Even Vegeta's embarrassed and ashamed. Vegeta's sweating like I am, you know? Probably more so. They're probably buckets worth of sweat. So, pretty much, you have Gohan realize that there's a new terrifying opponent. You know, Gohan goes Mystic or Ultimate, and he tries to go after Beerus, and Beerus pretty much takes, you know, what's left of Majin Buu and just slings it at Gohan, and Gohan's down for the count, ladies and gentlemen. And even Piccolo's like, he beat Gohan that fucking easily. Gohan, who quite frankly is the strongest fighter, you know, on that bull/yacht. You know, probably Vegeta is the strongest. And again, it wouldn't be that much of a power differential between the two, despite Gohan not training. So, you have Vegeta saying that he's a proud prince, you know, and that he should be going out like this. So he tries to attack Beerus, but his body won't allow him to, aka his fear. So you have Beerus pretty much talk shit about the Saiyans in general, saying that you guys are supposed to be a proud warrior race, but when it really counts, y'all don't do anything. You disgust me. You know, you have Beerus pretty much flick Vegeta down, and then he pretty much puts his foot straight down on Vegeta. The same thing he did to his father. So, you know what? You're just like your father. Weaklings, you know? And he gets to the point where Beerus is like saying, you know what? I'm going to destroy this planet. And before he even said it, I could have sworn there was like 7 instances in this episode in which he wanted to destroy the planet, but Wiz just couldn't. He was enjoying the sushi. The shrimp, all that stuff. He was enjoying it so well, you know, especially the dipping sauce. He was ordering for takeout, you know, takeaway. So yeah, that was pretty much prolonging the inevitable. So Beerus pretty much has Vegeta right where he wants him, about to blast him and destroy everything. Vegeta's like, well, you know what? At least I went down to a god, you know. And Beerus smiles, you know, saying pretty much, y'all almost seem happy, you know. And then Beerus is about to blast, and Bulma comes saying, stop messing around, you know, this was all stupid what you're doing, you know. And she smacks the shit out of Beerus. And Beerus looks at her like, did this bitch really just smack me? And then Beerus returned it in kind with a pimp slap that can be heard across the world in the universe. Like, thankfully Goten and Trunks caught her. And Vegeta goes crazy saying, don't you ever touch my Bulma, or pretty much, what have you done to my Bulma? And Vegeta goes all out. Vegeta pulls an Undertaker, his eyes go into the back of his head, and he maxes out to his Super Saiyan 2 abilities. And everyone's in awe. Tien, Piccolo, Gohan, Beerus notices there, that the level's been amped up, and Wiz is just eating. Wiz is just like paying no mind. Like, he is like, to him, it's like not that much of a scare. I felt stronger, But yeah, so this is all that happened, in this episode of Dragon Ball Super. Thank you for watching my video. Like, the video, subscribe to my channel, wrestle comments down below as usual, and adios.